This is a very old cabin slide projector that my parents bought, I think before I was born. And my mother gave it to me a few years back. And what I did is I took some of the photos off by using a cell phone. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up, but it does have one problem where the slider is going very slow. So I'm just going to take it out of the box and show you. So, of course, this is the original box. Okay, so it's got quite a unique power cable to it. So it's got this head over there, as you can see. A little weird connector at the back, and then that plugs into that. Then to demonstrate the problem, let me switch it on. So that switches for the globe. And then, so I don't have the cartridge in, this is the cartridge over here. It fits in, so basically the pusher pushes through there and pushes one of these slides into it, and then it projects. I suppose I could just show you how that works. I mean, obviously I'm not projecting onto anything, but so what you do is you usually put that in there, and this is the product. Well, I might as well switch the globe on. So that zooms, and then this. So as you can see, the slider keeps on getting, it's like jammed full or something. So you have to like sort of push it in. What I want to do is I just want to try to take this up. There's also supposed to be something that's supposed to be moving this forward. There's this little gear system over here, where obviously it connects to something which I think is broken. So I'm going to take this apart now, see if I can fix those two things with it. Just give you a view in there. So that's the globe, and then you can see the lens there. Jeez, it's quite hectic lenses. So one other thing I could probably do is there's quite a bit of dust in here that might clear up the picture slightly if I clean those lenses. Okay, so there's a screw there. So there's two screws on the side here and one at the top. And then we got a few screws in there. So I'm going to try go for the main screws first. If I pull this off. This is more mechanical than anything else. Definitely interesting. Oh, that's the fan. So that's a motor for the fan, but there seems to be a cog. That looks like some sort of solenoid. That's obviously another motor. So I think if I get some silicone grease, I think I got silicone grease, and put it in here and get this to run smoothly. But the other thing I can do is I can clean out, because I don't think it's broken, I just think it just needs a bit of There's a bit of play here, and that's probably part of the problem. But I won't be able to fix that. This looks like it should be fine on there. Water pumps, bearings, chassis, fittings, any general lubrication projects. So I'm going to try this out. So when I move this, there's this little section. It might actually be that this wheel pushes it forward. What I'll do is I'll switch it on and see how it activates. That should be interesting. First of all, that rubber band is a bit loose. Now you can see, so I don't know if that's... Okay, so this wheel, when I press it, this wheel connects to here and then starts rotating. Yeah, so I don't see anything wrong with that. The only thing I see is this rubber is slightly... the only problem is getting another one of those is like going to be a mission. And then I'm just going to do the focus. This motor over here then plugs into here, and so this obviously then screws in there, but that probably moves this backwards and forwards. So that's how the focus is working. Cats fighting outside, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I will put it back together and then grease all the parts that I can grease. At least you got to see how this thing works. Let's start it up again and see what it does. No, that's better. Put it right there. Yeah, it's still struggling to go through. It's going better. So the first four. Okay, so we know the first one's got a problem, and we'll help it along. Oh, that one goes in fine. The fourth one goes fine. It might be this adjustment thing here. Put a little bit of grease on this thing. So this is going to loosen, and then same thing here. And I'm going to move it to the other side, and then I'm going to tighten it up and see what it does. So I don't have this in, this might affect the operation. That's interesting, because it's not struggling with the... It's not struggling with the first one. Maybe if I put it in the center. Try again. Yeah, that worked. That worked. So that is better. So I will leave it like that. So switch it off, put this back, and then I'll set it up so you can See what it looks like with pictures on it. I don't know if that, yeah, that actually makes it too bright. You need some of the lights on. Yeah, so I think that, and that's how I did all my pictures. Okay, let's see if this thing can stop doing that. That's if my light decides to not do that. I've got these old fluorescent lights in the garage. I think that's my family. I think that's my dad walking into the house at the back there, and I don't know who those kids are. It might be my brother, I don't know. Anyway, by the looks of that car, you can see it's quite an old car. With this video, I got to show you how it works inside. I did a bit of a repair, although I think it's the band that probably needs to be replaced, and then it'll work a little bit better, but it is working better now. And then I showed you how you get to take photos of it and stick it on your camera. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.